May's movies brought us a mixed bag. We had some great movies, we had some bad movies, we had some decent movies, but now we're in June where I really had a huge chunk of movies I was looking forward to. This one was near the top of the list, so let's see how it is. Snow White and the Huntsman. Snow White and the Huntsman is a movie that follows Kristen Stewart as Snow White. She's a prisoner to Charlize Theron, who's the evil queen. She's kept in prison for her whole life because, you know, she's more beautiful than Charlize Theron. And then one day Charlize Theron finds out that she has to eat Snow White's heart to live forever and become beautiful and all that good stuff. But Kristen Stewart is, you know, smart with a stick and escapes. So she goes into this forbidden forest, you know, the dark forest, yeah, the dark forest. Charlize Theron hires Chris Hemsworth, who plays the Huntsman, to hunt her down, and then Chris Hemsworth realizes that Charlize Theron is playing her, so he turns on her, and they start leading a rebel army against the Queen. I was really looking forward to this movie. I had high hopes going in. Disappointment has filled the air tonight. Not only is this movie disappointing, it's mediocre. First, let's start with the performances. Kristen Stewart, who plays Snow White, people are gonna say that she's all just playing Bella again. She isn't playing Bella because Bella doesn't show any initiative. Snow White actually does, so there's differences in the character here, and she plays it fine. She's not awful, but she's not very good. Chris Hemsworth plays the Huntsman. I found him to be really good, although his character was severely underdeveloped. His character is just, he was just kind of there. Like, you introduce him, he has this nice backstory, you kind of learn more about him, but then after the first few scenes he's in there, he's just sitting there in the background, saving Snow White and, you know, just swinging his axe around. He didn't have much to do. And Charlize Theron is the evil queen. Everyone's been like, oh yeah, she's great in the movie. She's not. She's not at all. Look, I understand how she appeals to the male demographic, but she is just awful here. Like, she's just doing these awful screams, and there's unintentionally hilarious scenes involving her, like, curse. To branch off that, there's so many unintentionally funny parts in this movie. It's just unbearable for me, because there are just parts in the movie, like one part where Charlize Theron brings in these two guys, they're kneeling down on the floor, and she wants them to, like, kneel before her and tell her things, I don't even remember. And then one of the guys just kneeling there's a guard next to him, he just looks at her like, oh my god, there's a knife. Takes it out and stabs her. It's like, who allowed that? Who's that stupid that a prisoner can just go over, grab your knife, and stab the queen right in front of you? It doesn't make sense. The movie itself is just over serious for me. This movie should have had a good amount of comic relief to balance out the seriousness in the movie, and it's just not there. They didn't even attempt it. It's just the unintentionally hilarious parts that are funny. Nothing else is really funny in the movie. It's just really serious and kind of dull. I will give credit to the director. The CGI and the scenery look beautiful and spotless perfect. I loved that scenery and the CGI, especially on that troll creature that looked real as hell. It was great. And just, there are these great shots of cinematography, just these huge epic shots. It's great to see, but unfortunately it's wasted. This movie is just wasted potential for me, and that's really unfortunate because I really wanted to like this movie. Aside from liking Chris Hemsworth, Kristen Stewart, and that beautiful imagery, I really didn't like anything about the movie. I unfortunately have to give Snow White and the Huntsman a small popcorn. I didn't really enjoy it. It's not for me. I could see why people would like it if they could really get into that scenery, but that wasn't enough for me. So you guys looking forward to Snow White and the Huntsman? If you saw it, did you enjoy it? How do you feel about Kristen Stewart as Snow White? Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button up there, because if you don't, Matty P will come back.